Leave the World Behind, a post-apocalyptic drama, debuting on Netflix December 8th, 2023. I found this movie of interest because, one, I'm a sucker for the post-apocalyptic genre, and two, Sam Esmail, who wrote and created Mr. Robot, the TV show, here makes his second feature film, but this is his big feature film. This has got a decent-sized budget. He got Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke to star as an ordinary, upper-class, impure-listening white family. They take a spontaneous rental home near a beach with their two kids, and they're going to have a luxurious vacation stay, Airbnb-type place. Classic character contrast, the Hawke character is more open, more lively. He's a media studies prof, while the Julia Roberts character is angrier and closed. This is going to be important because a couple of people show up, Mahershala Ali and Myha'la, their father and daughter. They show up and they say it's their house and they would like to stay there for the night. Well, the Hawke character wants them to come in and welcomes them in, says everything's okay, where the Julia Roberts character is pretty angry and very paranoid about them. And you get a typical black-white divide. This movie at this point reminded me of Parasite, Get Out, but I had seen that the label was post-apocalyptic. We're 30 minutes in. I'm waiting for something to happen that way, and it definitely does. In fact, earlier the White family's been on the beach, and they see an oil freighter come all the way onto the beach. It's a harrowing scene. Actually, I really liked it a lot, but they don't know what the heck is going on. And then these two other people show up, and they have their secrets, and what we're dealing with is an apocalyptic scenario. Something world-changing is happening, and apparently, there's a cyber attack. Only these people don't know it. We see, as the viewers, a little blip on the screen, but they have to piece together what's going on, and the movie takes place over the course of a few days, but these people are very slow to, one, believe in what's happening, and then two, tell each other what they've seen. They're either too shocked or too suspicious or secretive about what each individually has seen as they go about their day. Now, I thought the opening 45 minutes was pretty dynamite. The movie could have gone anywhere, and it really ramps up the paranoia in a Mr. Robot kind of way, which I greatly appreciated. Director here, Esmail, he is a dynamic camera guy. He loves, like Orson Welles, moving the camera all around. He has some fascinating shots. It could be over the top at times. He likes top-down shots, bird's eye view. He likes to tilt the camera sideways. I don't think I've seen the camera tilted this, actually literally 90 degrees, this much in a movie, maybe ever. And of course that probably has to do with the plot, thematic consideration, which something humongous has happened in the world. The characters are trying to figure out, they don't know what. It could be World War III. Could be just a cyber attack. Who knows? And a lot of theories and plausibilities are thrown out there. But the white family and the black father and daughter, they got to learn to get along. In the middle of the movie, we got a lot of long, slow scenes about a couple of pairs of them trying to figure out each other and appreciate each other. And so the movie it fades into, to me, where the first 45 minutes was really good, I thought. It fades into like classic apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic fare, which is all fine and good with me. I just think most people probably won't like it as much as I did, and thus you can dock a star or two for my rating for yourself. Classic post-apocalyptic fare means the characters have to change, but these characters are very resistant to change. They've been saturated with media. They have been too used to the internet, and you can feel a strong, I think even times very moralistic, smug moralistic tone on this part of this movie. We're too dependent on the internet, our GPS systems and our maps. We can't drive our cars anywhere without them. If we have Teslas, they're all going to crash into each other. This movie is a fabulous scene where a bunch of white Teslas bash into each other because the internet's out and they don't know where to go, so they're mindlessly hitting or ramming into each other. We're too dependent on our phones and devices, and so you can feel this movie has something to say about that, which I thought was a little too over the top. But it's a classic post-apocalyptic scenario. In the Cold War, they made a bunch of these where people were experiencing global thermonuclear war at a local level. They weren't sure what was going on in the world. Now, that's what this movie is. These people are in a very nice home, a rental home, but weird things start to happen. And it's interesting just to watch what happens to 21st century, 2023 era people try to figure out some vast world event that they can't even come to terms with. Therefore, I thought the acting is quite good in this. I love Hawke. I love Ali. Myha'la is very good. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I've never seen her before, but as the daughter of the Ali character, she's quite good. And Julia Roberts is back, so that's all nice and good. So I like these characters, and Esmail's direction is interesting. At least I like mostly what he's doing here. You can feel a big butt coming on, and I gotta have a big butt. This movie makes a giant mistake, in my opinion. It says what happens. So at the very end of the movie, or near the end of the movie, a character gives a little speech about what he thinks has happened, and then we get confirmation, unfortunately, confirmation of that with some kind of secret military thing flashing onto a TV screen. And I find this movie goes from, it has some plausibility to it, which I kind of like. What would happen if the internet everywhere went down? What if there were a giant cyber attack and none of us had the internet? Okay, so that's pretty interesting. But then the movie's reason for this is probably as cockamamie as one as I can think of. And I don't know if they're trying to legit scare us about this reason that happens. I'm going to let you watch it and find out. But I find it to be paranoid implausibility at its highest. One other big but, I think it's a plausibility thing. I did not understand what the animals were up to in this movie. I don't think it's a realistic scenario that deer would just come out of the woods. Well, first of all, when the internet shuts down, they say, well, animals have changed their migration patterns. I don't know how animals could change migration patterns in less than 24 hours with all the Wi-Fi shut off. I mean, are they really that disrupted? Maybe they are, but would deer start wandering into your yard and staring at you? There's a ridiculous scene where Julia Roberts, Myha'la are yelling at a large number of deer who may or may not try to attack them. It's just a weirdo scene. I did not understand the plausibility of that scenario either. So if you take that out and take out the whole reason why this apocalyptic scenario has happened, I think this movie would be a little bit better, quite honestly. All that said, I'm a sucker for this stuff. I thought this was mostly well done. I appreciated the newness of the scenario, so I'm going to give this 3.5 stars. I might watch this again. Actually, I may never watch it again, but this kept my attention pretty well. It got me to think. And Sam Esmail, he likes paranoia, and he likes to tell you you don't have the right amount of paranoia. Either you have way too much paranoia, as the Julia Roberts character does, when you should have almost none, or better, you should have an extreme amount of paranoia about the world today and worry the heck about ridiculous things that could happen, even if they're completely implausible. And it's probably too much paranoia for most people, quite honestly, in this super paranoid age. But here you go with more entertainment that way. What do you think of Leave the World Behind? Let us know in the comments. What do you think of what I said? Please be kind, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe to this channel for more great content. Have a great day.